little series to kind of follow. I like to do it off of a wrist lock attack first. So he gets into the frame position again. Now what we're going to do is, instead of keeping the hand on this side where we were attacking a mount or a head and arm choke, we're going to go into pit stop. That means we're going to bring our arm over to this side here. Okay, so now we're kind of isolating this arm. Okay, so the first thing we're going to attack is just the wrist lock. And the beauty of all these attacks are we're not really jeopardizing any position. We're looking for finishes, we're staying busy looking for the attack, but we're not really creating any like attacks where we're going to lose position, right? Like an arm bar, stuff like that, where you're just kind of going for it. So he's going to be framing in. I'm going to try to find the crease of his wrist with my chin. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a bend in his wrist and pretty much get his hand resting on the ball of my shoulder. Okay, so he's framed in. He's framed in here. I'm going to try to find that crease. Okay, bring my chin into my chest. And the hand that came over, I'm going to grab at the wrist here. Okay, this hand I like to go into like a butterfly. When you do your heel hooks, the butterfly grip here. So I'm going chin in the crease of the wrist, creating a putting his palm on the ball of my shoulder. I'm going across and grabbing that elbow so he can't pull his arm away, and then I stack under. You can grab at your own elbow. I just kind of go into my butterfly grip here, and what I do is I keep that chin tucked in tight. I turn my shoulder towards my elbow, and I pull my elbow towards the shoulder all at the same time. Right? And most of us guys, we don't have really a lot of dexterity in our wrists, so it doesn't take much to catch it. Okay, you guys are attacking wrist locks on each other, especially in the room, gotta go easy, right? Because they come on pretty fast. So he frames, I go to pit stop, I kind of pull him into me a little bit. I find the crease of his wrist, reach for the elbow, behind. I'm turning my shoulders this way, and I'm pulling the elbow this way. So wrist lock, attack one, he's gonna get his hand out. Just kind of like straighten it out. He gets his hand out so I can't get to the wrist lock. Now we go into the mousetrap. So I'm gonna tighten down on here. I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna start looking for the Americana. Right, pinning the wrist to the floor, going wrist to wrist. One of the big things with me is when I try to attack the Americana is if I let the elbow get up too high, there's just more range of motion in the shoulder, right? Sometimes you'll see guys trying to finish Americana and their elbow is almost to their ear. Where if you just kind of keep the wrist pinned down and just try to slide the elbow down, it's not really, you don't really have to take it too far to get the tap. Okay, so the first part of the mousetrap is just Americana, then he'll straighten. My hand slides to my bicep. I catch it straight. Then he'll hide it from me by bringing his thumb down towards his legs. Okay, and I want to hike his arm up so he doesn't grab the inside of his thigh. Now I go back under. I like to use my head too, pin, and now I go into my Kimura grip. Kimura is a little bit different because the mount will sometimes cause you from being able to get the finish. So then we go back into a sit out here, bring the shoulder off the floor, and I start trying to bring his wrist behind his back. Now to keep his head off the floor, I'm gonna just hook around the head, and I'm just gonna create a little hamstring curl. And then from here I can finish. And if he straightens out, I just slide my hand, the bicep, and get the finish. You can even from here, go into the first drill we worked on, which is to pull the shoulder off the floor and get into this position here, right? This is gonna be really strong. Boom. Okay, so wrist lock to mouse trap. He frames in, I go to pit stop, I find the crease, I find the elbow, butterfly grip, finish one, he extends, I find the Americana, he extends, I slide to my bicep, he drives down, I hide it, switch back through, find the wrist, bring his head off the mat, and I finish. Okay, if he extends again, finish. Okay, so let's go frame position, wrist lock to mousetrap. 1, 2, 3, 7 minutes.